Hey guys, how's it going? Thought I'd throw up a quick vid to just tell you what I did last night. Despite my best intentions and my previous statement, I did not finish last night. Had my nephew over. He decided to get sick. I don't think he made a conscious decision to get sick, but was sick. So needless to say, I spent most of the night with him, sort of in between the bathroom and trying to get him to sleep. So that's my little rant for the day, but not to use it as an excuse, but well, prevented me from getting done. But despite that, I still got most of it done, and I have very little left. So I thought I'd give you a quick update for this morning, and then I will finish this today. Hoping to have it done and packed and ready to go by tomorrow. So what did I show you guys last time? I think I showed you the trees, and I had pretty much 3 housing units done. I did finish off the town square. I finished off detailing the far end of that building, that sort of blank area, and I got the house positioned. I decided to go with it facing the road rather than facing off the board. So I have that loosely based and put in position. Some detail work on it, still doing that, so I have that left to do. I have the tree left in the courtyard here, and that's about it. I did get the fountain attached, and I will show you that, because I did add the water coming down. What else do I have left to finish? I noticed over here I have to detail this rock wall, put a couple bits of shrubbery in there. I did do in and amongst the back of the wheat field. I'll show you that. A couple patches of grass on the outside edge I missed. I'll just put those down. I left them. I didn't miss them, but I needed to finish those up. And other than that, paint the edge of the boards and the insides of the roads. Just paint them gray, because some of them are a little, like a ½ millimeter off. So I just painted gray so you don't see the wood. And put a base underneath this plug, and that is it. Needless to say, that is it. I have 1 tree, 2 trees, 3 trees. So I got 3 left to do. Actually 4, and then I'm done. So that'll bring the total of trees up to 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 20. Around 30, so that's not bad. So 30 trees on a 9 square foot board is quite a lot more than you'll see on the average table. So without further ado, let's kind of get, I'll give you kind of the flyby sort of deal, since people seem to be a fan of those, and I think it's the best way to show the details. So just sort of coming in here, I've already seen most of this, but I'll just kind of give you the rundown through. So this is kind of what happened if you come to the courtyard. So you kind of like come in here, so you can see that I do have the 4 trees, and there is the fountain. I'm not sure how well you can see the spouts of water, but I'll give you another angle on them, and maybe it might help you see them a little bit better. So they're right there, and you can kind of see what I'm going for with the effect of sort of sprinkling out and into the pond. There's not a lot of depth there, but you're going for the look. You're not really going for I mean, depth's not an issue if you can tell it's water, regardless of how deep it is. Alright, so yeah, just coming down through here, and then basically what I like about the fly-throughs is that if you get right down, this is what you're going to see as a model, or when you look at eye level of the models. And that's kind of what this is really, when I build my stuff. If anybody's ever watched me on Skype or videos, I'm chatting with you and I'm working, I spend 90% of my time crouched over looking at angles such as this, because I don't care what it looks like from here. This is what you would see if you were a bird. But I want to know what you see if you're a modeler, or if you're a figure, or if you're a tank, or if you're a train, or if you're a man. That's what I care about. So that is that. And then just sort of looking at the courtyard from a different angle. And because this board is going to be used for photographing, what we wanted to do, we wanted to set up shots where if I put a tank here, I'll get a tank later, but
put a tank here. Then you have the nice backdrop. You have the depth of field. I mean, that's like 2.5 feet away. And you can bring things closer. You can put a tank driving by here and still have the foreground, background, and your subject matter. And we also wanted to have a cityscape or townscape with backdrop of buildings and countryside, and vice versa, countryside with a backdrop of buildings and town. So yeah, here's what I had done yesterday, basically from here over, and then here's what I did last night. These were already in the tracks, but I just sort of lined that with bushes. I did a large patch of bushes here. This is kind of my loop that I was talking about. I'm going to leave this blank. I'm going to make it, it's going to be neat. Tanks can drive through there. There's one tree there, and there's another base somewhere's hidden in there. Ah, there it is. The other base is right there. So it'll be 2 trees right there, sort of standing up. And sort of that'll be your pathway to the bridge. So you can see the bridge kind of looks a little bit pretty neat. You can just see the hump. You can't see the other side. Again, if you're looking through there, nice little angles. And then down the road here, and very faintly, let's take that bird shot again. You can see the tracks. I just basically lightly pushed them in to give the illusion that basically you're picking up the mud and sort of trailing off, or picking up the mud and sort of trailing off. So that's just something I threw in there. It looks neat. I don't know if it's everyone's cup of tea, but I threw them in there to give you the idea that it's a path traveled. So he's basically coming from his house where he parks his tractor, picks up his crops, whatever, or delivers them, then sort of maybe go to whatever the next guy there, or come straight out, or back in, whatever, and then over here is maybe where he has a few more fields. So, and with that idea in mind, I really like to give the idea, the impression that things continue off board. So, for instance, fence, 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 garden, continuing, roads. And this gives great areas to expand on later or add to, but that's the main reason I do it. It's the illusion that things continue, rather than have like hard lines, like a fence. I never would put a fence like on the side edge of a board. I just tend to avoid that sort of stuff. But here's the other little house. I found this little sort of wooden crate thing. It's a little bit out of scale, it's HO, but it just means that it's a larger crate as opposed to a small one. I do have a small one, but I didn't like it as much. Pop that out. That is the small one there. Just didn't tend to fit as nicely. I like the big one. And I'm going to do some clotheslines here, just because they're becoming one of my favorite elements. So some clothes here, and I sort of just, this year I didn't actually put any ballast on. I just actually painted the grass to make it look a little muddy and a little more worn. So not as much worn under where the clotheslines are going to go, but you can see the streaks of where they possibly walked on the edges. So, and then you can see the front of this house. I haven't done any detailing in the front, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to line just this whole front edge with flower boxes. I might do a bigger one here, so bush and flower, and then here just boxes of flowers. So that's just one thing I was looking for. And I don't know if I have too much else to show you that's new. Of course, I will give you I'll give you models and minis and all that stuff when I'm done. I hate to put those on until I'm finished the piece. So just going to give you an angle from here, looking over the, and then again, if you're playing the game and you have something on this side, the real cool thing is, because there's such a large hump in the bridge, you can actually not see the other side. So you can be on this side and physically never know what's over that ride. So you kind of would come and then roll up on the bridge and then bump up over and then continue down the other side. Or if you're on the bridge, for instance, you can see the shot. And there's things in your way, and line of sight is blocked, and that's all part of the game. It's all part of making the game realistic. So, and then again, if you pull out the plug and you really get right down into the wheat field. And those. See different things changing, and that's kind of what I'm going for. So there's going to be a tree here as well. That's one of the ones I forgot to do, or didn't do yet, I guess. Not really forgot, but I never forget anything. If you didn't know, I never forget a thing. I just haven't got to it yet. That's what I always say. Oh yes, and speaking of not forgetting, mailbox. I didn't forget it. I just didn't do it yet. So that being said, I think I'm probably approaching 10 minutes here, so just give you the pan out, and if you really are looking for something fun and interesting, go back to the first vid in this series, and then look at the last vid and see how it's changed. Let me know what you think. Cheers, guys.